All right, driving is a commercial term and traveling is a freeman term. Let's talk about the two differences. All right, driving versus traveling. So you need to understand the rules of the game if you're going to be involved in certain things. There's maxims in law which basically say if you're going to be engaged in commerce, you are presumed to know what you are doing. There's another maxim that says govern thyself or it will most assuredly be done for you. Now, when it comes to driving, let's throw on our U.S. citizen hat. All right, we're driving down the road, we get pulled over by a cop. Number one, we think we're in the United States. Number two, we show them a commercial driver's license because it's owned by a state and it was licensed to an enemy. Number three, we have a pocket full of credit cards and Federal Reserve notes, which basically are enemy dealings. Number four, we don't own the title to our car. Commerce, public commerce hurts the public. And if you don't believe me, look at the United States debt clock. All of that ticking that you see is basically public debt that harms the public. So if you're involved in those type of activities, you are an enemy. And during times of war, police have the right to inspect any belligerent or combatant to make sure they're not engaged in pirate activities. They want to know if you're trying to kill somebody. They want to know if you're trying to harm somebody. And that's why you can get a US dot number and put it on the side of your car that goes to a repository that says that you are a safe to travel person. Now, let's throw on our US or our state national hat. So we throw on our state national hat. I'm self-governing. I have the title to my car. I have my own ID that I have created and have authenticated through the Secretary of State. And I also do not have any Federal Reserve notes. I have silver in my pocket, and then I get pulled over. I'm very nice and kind because during times of war, the Constitution is suspended. So I'm nice and kind to the officer. They have no jurisdiction over me. I'm asking the questions. I'm not answering like, I'm their subject. They're my servants. So I'm very kind and polite. And then I'm not driving to go to engage in commerce. I'm traveling to my workplace to earn a living. But you need to understand that your straw man is receiving public debt benefit notes that is basically harming the public. So if you have that on you, you need to put it inside of a trust envelope or a trust wallet so that it is sealed and outside of view and inspection, because that kind of stuff is enemy activities. You don't want to be involved in that. So you're self-governing state national with gold and silver on you, and you're good. In 1933, the United States went bankrupt and they've been in a perpetual state of emergency. Now, this is what the Wizard of Oz was all about. The Wizard of Ounce. It was about the gold that was taken and stolen away from the currency. The currency always goes through cycles since Roman times. It goes from asset backed to debased to fiat. Every fiat currency ever in history has failed. Now, when referring to the Wizard of Ounce, in the original book, the girl had on silver shoes because that was the common law way back to reality. In 1933, everything switched and turned into a corporation. That's why everything went black and white. Your U.S. citizen is a corporation. Your state national is a corporation. The U.S. is a corporation, and they can only deal with other corporations. So that's why you can use those entities to interface with them. So in the Wizard of Oz, you have your Tin Man, which was your tax identification number. You have your Straw Man, which was basically your U.S. corporation. And then you had the Coward, who is your flesh body. You basically are all walking around with like a coward, when really we are the ultimate sovereigns that rule and run everything. The United States was founded on self-governing, powerful people. But today, we all have our hand out. We're basically using other people's trash collection services. We're using other people's pipes, other people's water, other people's drain systems. We're using other people's paper. We're using public services like fire, police, and medical services and stuff like that. That's not how a true sovereign operates. They are our servants, and you can contract with them individually.